I'm glad you are able to join us for this weekend devotional. I want us to consider one of the Proverbs today, or part of one of the Proverbs, but I also want us to consider some words that Jesus spoke, which ring very clear in what he's saying here in Proverbs. I want us to listen to the thoughts that Solomon had as he strove to teach his son or his children, so to speak. Proverbs, the second chapter, he says, "My son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commandments with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it as hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He shields to those who walk in integrity, guarding the paths of justice and watching over the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness and justice and equity, every good path, for wisdom will come into your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you, understanding will guard you, delivering you from the way of evil, from men of perverted speech, who forsake the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice in doing evil, and delight in the perverseness of evil, men whose paths are crooked, and who are devious in their ways." This idea that he's trying to get across to him, he's saying, listen to my words, listen to the wisdom that I have, listen to what I say. It will give you great wisdom. He says, listen to what the Lord says. It will bring great wisdom. It will bring knowledge. It will bring the things that you need to live a life of abundance. I want you to listen to what Jesus says as he faces Pilate. Even under death, even under this knowledge of going to the cross, he says something that's very important to us, or should be. In John, the 18th chapter, starting at verse 33, he says, "So Pilate entered his headquarters again and called Jesus and said to him, 'Are you the king of the Jews?' And Jesus answered, 'Do you say this of your own accord, or did you say it? Or did you say it to you, or did others say it to you about me?' And Pilate answered, 'Am I a Jew? Your own nation and chief priests have delivered you over to me. What have you done?' Jesus answered him, 'My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have been fighting, that I might not be delivered over to the Jews, but my kingdom is not from the world.' Then Pilate said to him, 'So you're king?' And Jesus answered, 'You said that I am a king.' And he's saying, yes, he agreed. He said, 'For this purpose I was born, and for this purpose I have come into the world.'" I want us to hear what he says now. For this purpose Jesus came into the world, to bear witness to the truth, to speak those things of wisdom that would give us an abundant life. He said, "Everyone who is of the truth listens to my voice." And Pilate said to him, "What is truth? What is truth?" You see, Solomon saying a whole lot of the same things Jesus is saying here. Solomon says, "I'm giving you truth." But he said, "I want you to listen to God. I want you to listen to those words." And Jesus said, "I come into this world that I might bear witness to the truth." Those who love the truth and obey it are of the truth. Those who seek it, those who give themselves over to take each morsel and to put it into their life and to absorb it, to obey it. He said, they are of the truth. Well, what does that mean? The Bible said, what is truth? It becomes the motivation of our lives, or the motivation of our life is by the truth. In other words, we take the words and the things that God has told us and we seek to live by them as closely as possible as we can. Seeking to do His will, seeking to live our life in that manner, in love and care, but seeking to live as Christ lived. The truth motivates us. It motivates us to do more and more and more. He says those who refuse it, just as Solomon said, those who if you refuse it find themselves in bondage to sin, in bondage to evil, doing things that destroy life. Are we following the truth? Are we willing to seek the truth? Are we willing to let our life be motivated in that truth, living for God, seeking to do His will each day? I hope that you will consider this thought today, that you would look at your life and see if you are genuinely striving to live that life in truth and those words that God has given us, or those words that Jesus set before us. Are we genuinely striving to live the life of Christ, or a life with Christ in us? See how your week goes. I hope that you will take into consideration these thoughts, that you will look at yourself and say, is this how Jesus would live? Is this how He would react? Is this what He would do? Is this how He would work? Is this how He would treat others? I want to thank you for being here today, and may God bless.